It is time, guys. I'm breaking out the Sun shirt because I'm a Phoenix Suns fan. We're going to talk about the series going forward. So I am a Suns fan, but I look at everything very, I wouldn't say negatively, but like I try to keep a level head because obviously I've seen it all. I've seen the good Suns teams. I've seen the bad Suns teams. I've seen the years that we're supposed to win championships and we don't. And I've seen it all. That's just Phoenix sports in general, Arizona sports. It's a wild ride all the time, and it never usually ends well. So I try to keep a level head because there is a lot of people out here in Arizona, if you haven't been here before, that are fans from like Chicago teams, Minnesota teams. There's a lot of Midwest fans out here. So you kind of have to be a little bit, you can't just be like a diehard, like, oh, I hate this team, like the Suns are the best. Like, we have those fans, don't get me wrong. But I like to look at sports in general as something you can casually talk about and have a good time. So, the Phoenix Suns' first series here is against the Pelicans. Typically, a 1 seed versus an 8 seed is a very easy matchup, which I do think this is a pretty easy matchup for the Suns. We went 3-1 against them this year, and they were very dominant. And the one we lost was towards the end of the year. I think we lost a little bit of focus because we were doing so well. But the Pelicans didn't miss any shots that game. So, in my opinion, I think this series does go 4, 5, maybe 6 games if like somehow CJ and Brandon Ingram just catch absolute fire in 2 of the games. But I most likely, if I was going to make a prediction today, I'm going to think 4-1. Pelicans are not your typical 8 seed. They actually play some solid defense because Herbert Jones is a freaking lockdown wing. Brandon Ingram's got arms to infinity and beyond, and then they have Jonas under the rim, who's a pretty solid big guy and gets a lot of free throws. So, and if you guys didn't know, the Suns don't really get many free throws. So if the Pelicans do get those free throws, like I think that's how we lost the game that we lost against them. Jonas had like 12 free throws or something. So it can go their way a little bit. The Suns are obviously the deeper team. There's a reason why we weren't healthy basically the whole year, and we're finally like fully healthy. Like even Sark has been practicing. So we're like full steam ahead right now. I know Landry Shamet just got hurt in practice, but I saw him in a video today, the next day, and looked like he was shooting just fine. So I'm sure it's just a very mellow injury, and maybe they'll give him a game off, but it seems like something we shouldn't really worry about too much. Plus, he's been pretty up and down for us this year, so he hasn't been like, we need him kind of situation. But obviously, it's good to have him. He is actually extremely athletic and very good because there's just games where he pops off, and then other games he doesn't do crap. So going into the series, I'm expecting Devin Booker to absolutely go off. Over his career, he averages only 23 points against the Pelicans, but that's because the first 3 years of his career, he only scored like 15. He had one 38-point game, but only got over 20 2 times. Ever since then, since 2018, he has dropped 20 plus every game except for 3. So, and 43 times, 36 times, no, 30, only 3 times, but the dude scores against the Pelicans. Like, he goes off against the Pelicans. So I'm very interested to see how often and how big this guy's going to go, especially with the chip on his shoulder from not winning MVP most likely. He's not even in the talk. So as a Suns fan, it really does pump me up how well this team gets along. And I don't know how anyone can really hate on them in the league. I understand people just hate on good teams, but like they are a fun team to watch. And if you watch them, they're just out there. It's like a high school team almost. They're like boys. They're having fun. Like it seems like all these guys just grew up together. They're just out there getting it done, having fun while doing it. So expecting Devin Booker to have a big series. Chris Paul is probably going to average like 13 dimes a game because I think he averaged a ton against the Pelicans during the regular season. If I pulled it up, I bet you it's like, let's see, Chris Paul versus Pelicans this year, 19, 18, 15 for his 3 games that he played against them this year. So, yeah, he's going to get some dimes. It might be closer to 15 a game. And then Ayton, no one can really shut down Ayton. Ayton's kind of like in his own world. If he decides on playing good or if the shots go in, like he's kind of like Tim Duncan. Someone compared him to Tim Duncan the other day, and I was like, that's actually a great comparison because they both play good defense when Ayton isn't being lazy, and they both have like that weird hook jump shot. it's like a great way to like mold your game off of it because the Suns need that as a big man. And obviously Tim Duncan was a winner, but it's just really hard to block. So I'm expecting Ayton to have a big series. Mikel's probably going to put Brandon Ingram like in a grave somewhere because it's just not a great matchup for him. He usually uses his length to get away with stuff, but they're about the same height and they got about the same arm's length, and Mikal Bridges is a lockdown defender. So I do think it is going to go 4-1 because I do think there is going to be a game where someone like CJ, where CJ can just torch anyone on a random night if he gets hot. So I do think that could happen. It's going to be 4-0 or 4-1. My prediction's 4-1. But going forward, guys, Phoenix Suns ideally are going to win a championship this year. We know Phoenix doesn't win championships, though. So as a fan, I have to just keep a level head and just go, hey, hopefully this is the year. We need it to be the year. If this isn't the year, I don't know if it's ever going to happen. So tonight, the Warriors played, and they actually looked really good. Jordan Poole went absolutely haywire, which that's like an every third game thing for him. So he'll probably have a bad game the next game, and Jokic will go for like 45 or something. So who knows what's going to end up on that series. Memphis lost today to Minnesota. The Jazz beat the Mavericks. So everything's kind of playing out how I expected it so far. Minnesota winning against Memphis was kind of a surprise, but I'm expecting that series to go 6 games. I'm expecting the Jazz to win in 5-ish, maybe 6-ish games because Luka's out. But other than that, I think we're going to see some pretty close series. So I'm excited for it, guys. Western Conference is looking good. And I'll catch you guys next time. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you later. Peace.